the Nixie Tube, an amazing Soviet era device which displays digits when you add voltage to some of the pins. So I want to find a way of testing these, and in the previous video I played about with fitting these in a socket like this. I've even got some boards produced. These are, however, just version 1 of the board. So let's start to design a second version of the board which we can plug more directly into. So how am I going to make these smaller then for a V2 version of the board? Oh, let's change that V1 there. I'll change that to V2. That's the easiest thing before I do a new order. All right, so let's change it to V2. I'll need to save this, so file save as, and save it Nixie V2 before I start messing about with it. All right, come on, come back. There we go. To make these pads smaller, I mean, I don't think I have to do a lot. Let's say I want to make them the same as that, because it's these pins that I plan to use. So a header pin. So if I click on that over here, the hole is 1.2 millimeters. So let's grab that. Now, can I select these holes directly? I don't know whether it will muck up the connecting wires, but we'll have to see. This is why you prototype. So let's click on that. Yeah, 2.31. So almost twice as big the hole is. So can I paste that in? Yeah. Then whoops, I think I have to paste it in and hit return. Ah, excellent. Yeah, so there's the hole. Let's save that. There we go. If I look at it in 3D again, it's still got the copper around it. Because it's just made the hole smaller, the pad around it is already one size anyway, so it's just filled the remaining space. So I think that's what I want. So all I've got to do is let's go through all of these other holes and make those small, and then I'll order it again. This is going to be quite tedious. All right, lovely. So that seems to have worked fine. You just have to, when you paste it in, have to remember to hit return every time. Press enter. If you don't, it's a pain. Let's save that and let's just look at it in 3D again. Lovely. Tell you what, let's have this one in black. Oh, look at that. Yeah, so the V2 version looks fine. So I'm going to order some of these and we'll see whether they work when they turn up. Yay, they've arrived. Okay. Oh, they look lovely. Version... Oh no, I missed version 2 on them. Oh well, right. I actually think these would work without the socket. I think these holes now are big enough for these pins, and if I'm just doing test ones, I think that's all I need to do is just push them into this board. But the bottom bit of the glass that sticks out, I think that must be where they suck the vacuum out when they're making it. Ah, how can I check that they work? Well, that was a bit crude. Well, will it fit properly now? Oh, look at that. Ah, right, back to the drawing board. Green this time. Right. Okay, so let's pop those in there. Yeah, that hole's definitely in the right place. I've just noticed something else. That V there is wired up to the wrong bit of this. I've put a budge wire on. Let's back to the drawing board. It's been a long time. I've got a new board back, but I've blown up the power supply. Right, let's fix the power supply. You can watch that in this video here. Here we go again. Oh, stickers. Back to black now. I'm really hoping this is the final version. Made quite a few changes. The little variable resistor there, I've just put a solder pad so you can dot them out so you don't need that resistor in. I've rewired all that and I've done a little edge connector down there, which means that I can move the voltage across and test each of them really quickly and not bother with a header. So let's try them. Well, that bit works. Okay, here we go. I really hope this works now. So there's the Nixie tube to test. That's plugged in with 180 volts and I've tested that as well. That's 130 at the moment. And I'm just going to run my probe down there. Oh, there you go. There we go. So let's move down it and Oh, it's still a connection problem, I think. Did you see? Oh, there we go. Look, there's an H there. That's good. Oh, and it hurts. I'll just have to put a bit of pressure on this. Oh, there's an S. Well, that's it. I've done it. So I thought I'd do a few experiments with this. So this is all of it wired up now. So let's go and test each of these pads. Now I have noticed something about this as we're going through them. So I've got about 130 volts on this, which is what I had coming out of this previously. This particular one, it's not lighting up. So the little pot that's on the motherboard, that's on the power supply board, I can actually just gently turn that up a little bit. So to begin with, I just started the power supply off with whatever its original setting was. So let's go up a bit to 50. So that's approximately 50. 149 volts, that'll do. So if it's more voltage, you see, more of the segments light up on this. So there it is working more. So some of these I thought were faulty, but it's just different segments seem to take more power to drive them. Don't know why that is. I mean, some of them have got more thing that glows, phosphor, or their elements are bigger, but it doesn't seem to make much difference. But there you go. So this is the idea of this tester. Let's just ramp it up to the 180 volts and test with that as well. So let's see whether we can get any more lighting up. That was 173. Hang on. There's some effect from having the metallic screwdriver with me turning this, but well, I'm going to leave it about 170 anyway, not 180, 175. There you go. So let's see. So W, K, upside down, what, U sign maybe, percent. I think that's an at or an A sign. Oh, that's a little digit right down the bottom. Ah, so it's almost like the further away it is from the front, the more power it needs. So yeah, so there is my Nixie tube tester. And as you see, as was my intention, I wanted it so that you could put a Nixie tube in there and just run something across it and test all of its digits. So I hope you enjoyed that. I hope that was of interest and something that I've always wanted to play about with. There you go, Nixie tubes and the Spider Nixie version 4. If you enjoyed this, please subscribe. Bye. This video has been sponsored by PCB No One.